Hey, what's up? I'm Russ, and this is Dapper Dividends, where we are working to make work optional, and we are doing that through stock and crypto passive income. And speaking of stock passive income, one of my favorite dividend payers has some excitement around it, which is ExxonMobil, ticker XOM. It reminds me of all living organisms, and lest they be suicidal, they are seeking to survive. Now, whether they're companies or governmental entities, this reminds me of 2009 when I read that the US government was spending about $3 billion on resanding beaches, even though the sand was washing away out to sea. If you were to try to propose a cut to that program of spending billions of dollars to resand beaches, there was going to be some fight for it, because that, whether you like it or not, is a living entity made of living people, and they're going to fight to keep that money coming in. And companies are no different. So we are potentially witnessing the evolution of ExxonMobil, which was founded in 1870, operates over 20,000 wells, and sells over 5 million barrels of petroleum every single day. I have been buying ExxonMobil, and I was especially buying it in April of 2020, right after the coronavirus pandemic. Everybody freak out and sell. I was buying ExxonMobil because they are vertically integrated, meaning they are involved in the upstream, the drilling and bringing oil to the surface, midstream process, which is basically the transportation of oil, and the downstream process, which is refining oil and gas to create products like gasoline. So today, Bank of America said they expect a ExxonMobil dividend hike and a potential share price increase of 45%, stemming from cost-cutting measures, a rebound in oil prices, and a restored balance sheet. I want to touch on 3 reasons why I am, and continue to be, bullish on ExxonMobil. First of all, they survive in a very boom and bust sector where they've come into and lost millions, billions of dollars. Over 150 years, they continue to survive. In late 2004 to mid 2008, oil went from $44 to almost $140, which was a 200% increase. And during COVID, oil went from north of $60 to less than $20. And in April of 2020, I remember this because it was right around my birthday, oil futures actually went negative for a hot minute, but they survived this. They continue to survive. They've stuck around for over 150 years, and they are one of the world's most well-known oil and gas producers. Second, ESG, environmental, social, and corporate governance, is all the rage these days, and I don't think it's going to go away. I know a lot of people think that once the Democrat leaves office, then the ESG will go away. That's to be seen, but for right now, we do know that ESG is here. And last week, 3 new board members from an ESG-focused hedge fund, Engine No.1, were elected to the board of directors. Find the link in the description below to the letter to the shareholders of ExxonMobil from Engine No.1. If you haven't read it yet, I would strongly urge you to read that letter. They intend to push ExxonMobil towards green energy and away from oil and gas, which they claim will increase efficiency and have a better shareholder return. So I see this as a new direction, an adaptation, an evolution for ExxonMobil. And with this evolution, I think, is going to bring in more big institutional investors. I think you're going to have more ESG green funds, hedge funds that are going to be putting new money into ExxonMobil, which will just help push the share price up. And as economies finally begin to reopen up and we can travel, I have a trip coming up with my family. We're taking a little bit of a European vacation, heading out to the likes of Ireland and possibly England in summer of 2022. That'll bring higher oil demand, as Goldman Sachs expects $80 a barrel by the end of the year, which would be a 15% increase of prices from here. So increased oil demand, a new ESG focus and direction, and a potential dividend hike, a restored balance sheet. I think these are all really big tailwinds for ExxonMobil, and I'm probably going to buy a little bit more. I've been waiting for it to come back into the 50s, but with this news, we'll see if there's some people made some money and there's going to be some weak hands that are going to get shooken out. And I've been adding ExxonMobil and Chevron. Those are my 2 core oil holdings. Yes, EVs are the future, and I think they are a fun part of the future. But the oil and gas companies are living, breathing entities, and they're going to evolve. They're not just going to sit around and watch their demise coming and go extinct. Let me know what you think about ExxonMobil. Are you excited by this news? Do you agree with me? Disagree? What did I miss? Let me know. Don't forget to comment below. And while you're at it, don't go away yet empty-handed. Check out this video on dividend stocks for kids that I did on Nintendo, and I will talk to you there.